All right, we'll start this episode off 420 in the garden, checking on these Grey Goose clones. They're doing really good. I think we're at the, what is it, day 9 of flower today. So we're at the very beginning of flower. We're gonna follow these all the way into mid-flower through this update over the next 3 weeks. We're also gonna watch those next starts, those LemonadoZs. Those are gonna be following this run. We just kind of moved those over. You'll see the clip right after this, and we're off to a good start on those. Right now we're just gonna let this plant do her thing over the next couple weeks, and then we're gonna come in here and do quite a good leafing to make sure that we can get down the size of these colas, maybe a little more aggressively than I have in the past. I'm trying to build these colas instead of trying to spread this out, because we already did a good job of that. Again, we'll spread out the colas when they start, but we're not going to do any. I don't want to do any more actual plant spreading. I want to build some weight on this plant as much as we can. We're good. We're looking good now, and I will most likely see you guys in here on the weekend or around the weekend, depending on when I get it off. There's a lot of work to get done at work, so we gotta stay focused. But I will get some time to be able to get over here. I probably will come midweek and adjust the reservoir after work, so it's being fed. All the tents can be fed properly. Try to keep things on track here. But I'll see you guys in here in a little bit. Most likely the next thing you'll see is the sprouting of those starts after we show you guys the clip of sowing the seeds. See you guys over there. Alright, now that we've let those soak, we were out at a concert last night. We kind of let them go. So they've been soaking, I would say, for about closer to 18 hours right now. We normally only do it for about 12, but it's still good. I don't know if you can see, but we have some tap roots coming out already. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our beans from the solution one at a time. We're just going to get them and put them into our containers here, maybe a little deeper. Want to be about a half an inch deep at least. We're going to do the same thing to all of 5 of these, and then we're just going to put this solution into each one of these 5, and then top it off with a little water, put our dome on, and I'll bring it back when we're over at the tent. So now that we've got those all stowed away in their containers, one thing that we do is we have a heat mat set up underneath our dome. Our dome's only going to stay on just temporarily until we get a sprout, and then we're going to take it off. We do stick a probe into one of the containers so we can get a proper root zone temperature of where all the seeds are, so we can keep it ideal for germination. Once we do have these sprout, we're going to bring a humidifier in here, because we're going to try to keep this tent around like 75% humidity, and then as they grow we're going to bring it back down a little even more. At that point I would think that these cactuses and succulents would not want to be in here anymore, because it wouldn't be a nice of an environment once it's too humid. Plus we're going to have to turn the light up in here, and my little cloning project down here is, we'll see how she works. I don't know how it's working on the aloe, but we will bring you guys back when we get a sprout on these. Alright, we're here on Saturday checking on those Grey Goose clones by Mr. Clones, and they have developed quite nicely for the end of week 2 of flower. I'm more than certain that we're going to get all these colas through all these squares by the end of our stretch. We're most likely going to be able to get to that far corner as well by stretching out those tops. This is shaping up really nice. We are going to get in here next weekend on the last day of week 3, and we are going to strip our leaves down like we do on a regular basis. We're also going to take out our bottoms as well on that day. We may take some stuff out today, but for the most part, we're gonna be dealing with all our lowers next weekend as well. But yeah, I'm quite happy with seeing how these have developed through this week. And I know we have some of those LemonadoZ up. I've been gone actually. Like I literally went to work and stayed there until Friday. So they popped up somewhere around here. But when we get back to the house today, we're going to film what we have so far. Let's get this slowly fixed. The other side of the net. Yeah, quite happy with this. But yeah, so we're gonna come in. We're gonna get some of this stuff out of the bottom here, not too much. I might bring you back just if it is substantial enough. I might bring you back. For the most part, we're gonna take some pictures now and kind of let her be. And then next weekend, we come in here and rip a lot off. All right, we're here on Saturday. We were pretty busy this week, but on Thursday, we got sprouted. I believe we had this one and this one pop up. When I was here yesterday, when I got back from work on yesterday, this one was just slightly up, and it looks like we got another one now. Now the light's just been increased. We did have it a little lower in here when we first brought our plants over, but now that we got some clones on the go, we're going to be turning it up a little bit in here. I'm pretty sure the cactus will like that. But we will bring you guys back here as more development happens. Most likely in the middle of the week sometime. Yeah, I'll see you guys then. Alright, we're here on the Tuesday. These have already been cracked for a while. We're gonna actually remove this now and humidify the overall environment. About 70% on here. Well, give or take what will be in this area. We were just trying to give this a little more time to see if it would actually develop. Let's see. Oh, looks like she did. She did, but then she failed. So that's what happened with that one. So at least it germinated, but decided to grow the wrong direction. So we got 4 that we're going to pick the 2 from that we want to keep going forward. So tomorrow we're going to be over there at the flower location checking on those Grey Goose cones. And we're going to see exactly how they're doing. Last time we were there, they were taking off quite a bit. We're going to see how much more that we've gone through our trellis net. And if it is quite a bit, we're going to see what we can do for spreading them out. Try to maximize the light down the canopy, because this weekend coming up, we're going to strip out a lot of leaf. We're going to do our deleafing to open up a lot of those bud sites, and so we'll be ready to go. But we're going to see that tomorrow morning. I'm going to see. Alright, we're here on Wednesday. The GoPro is charging, so we're not going to have a time lapse of this. But today is the day that we come in here and we do our leaf strip. We take out all of the leaves up until the very top few, but basically all of these ones down we're going to get rid of. We're also going to get rid of some of the lower leaves, or the lower branches that aren't going to do very much. We're just basically bottoming out the plant to make sure to be focusing on the portions that's going to produce them out. This time we did allow our plants to grow up taller. We're wanting to really get down the size of these colas and try to maximize our weight. The last few times we really tucked them hard in after the first week of flower, and this time we didn't. We just let it go, and it is exploded in here. There is a ton of potential. So when we come through here, we do our leafing, we take everything out. You're gonna see a lot of bud sites. You're gonna see a lot of everything. So plant will have some time to focus on that and really All right, halfway done. We got one plant complete. Just coming in here to show you. We can see through the canopy. Nice. We can, lots of air movement and oh, hold on. Just a couple more. A lot of nice air movement, light space as well. Come down, we've cleaned up the lowers. You can see all those red stems from when we were bringing it over here and training into that net. This little area here, we'll see if we can maybe clean up a little bit for some more light. We're looking good across. Now we got to work on that side. All right, now that we've gotten that one complete, just like the other side, lots of air movement, lots of light penetration, and we've cleaned up to the bottom of the net, pulling out everything else that wasn't going to do very much. We're equal from side to side now. So like I was saying, we may come in here tomorrow to but we'll bring you guys back here maybe next week sometime to see kind of the progress and how much this fills in between now and then. We're here on the Saturday. We've just been kind of doing a little bit of a cleanup on some of these extras that have been sitting around, but we did a really good job opening up this canopy on Wednesday. Might just be a few leftovers to do as we progress into flower here, but both sides are looking very nice. This is gonna fill in really well in this tent. I'm looking forward to how this run works out. Now the sides too have a nice fresh clean line. When I was going through, I realized that branch kind of broke away from the stem a little bit, so we just put a little tape on it, tied it up, keep it nice and protected. Just picking. These are gonna look really good when they start filling in. You can see the nodal spacing. We're definitely gonna get cola development too, being this close, which is gonna be really cool. But I might reach in here today, grab some extra leaves here and there, but not too much. And we're gonna watch these progress into flower. All right, we're here on Saturday, checking on those LemonadoZ starts. The ones that have the little supports I had the dome on for a little longer than it needed to be when I was trying to see if that last one would pop up. So we're just supporting those branches to start, and they'll get stronger as we grow. And we're gonna continue to grow these. Once, before we transplant to the 1 gallon air pots though, is when we're gonna decide if we're going, which two we're gonna carry forward. So I'll point that out, and I will see you in here maybe half a week to a week, but we'll see how much progress happens. Alright, we're here on the Tuesday morning. We got today off of work, so we came in here to check on our ladies. We're doing really well in this tent. This tent is full. Quite happy with how this is looking. Might take a couple of these upper blocking leaves out just to kind of open it up a little bit more. But for the most part, I'm happy with how this is growing and how this is looking. I think we're gonna get some big yields in this tent this time around. I think I've been tucking it too tight for too long. I think allowing it to grow like we did this time, that's key. That's ideal. So we can get the our sticks and we can start growing the cola, which is the clusters of flowers down the stem. Yeah, I'm gonna probably reach in here and grab some leaves today. Take out some of this little extra that's blocking. And we'll be back in here in a few more days and checking on it. See you guys then. We are here on Saturday, checking on the Grey Goose by Mr. Clones. Looking very nice. I think we're gonna have to reach in here and grab some leaves off. Bring out to take off a little extra foliage so we can get down the size of these colas. But we are looking very full in this tent. We just kind of jacked up all our fans too to make sure we can keep our humidity in a good zone. I'm looking forward to seeing how these all start to fill out in here. So, bring you back after we take out some leaves and we'll see how she looks. Alright, so we come in, taking out a little pile of leaves. Really freshened it up in there. So we got better airflow. I don't know if you heard, it's a little louder. We turn our fans all the way up. So we're going full blast in here now to make sure we have great airflow for this plant now that we're really dense. Now we're gonna work on this side. All right, now we got that side complete. Lots more air movement throughout this canopy on both sides. We did a little vac at the bottom. We made it nice and fresh and clean in here. All of that there. Now this is gonna be the last time you see these ladies for this update. We're gonna end this episode on the starts, actually, on those LemonadoZs. We're gonna go take a peek at those right after this, and we will bring you guys back here to start the next update in a couple days, maybe even tomorrow. I might start it on Sunday just to get it going, but. See you guys over at the a location to check on the vegging, those propagation. I'd still say they're still seedlings. I'll see you guys there. All right, I just wanted to come in here and show you how the LemonadoZs are doing by Terpyz Mutant. These in the next update will find themselves into two of these. Actually, will find themselves into their 1 gallon air pots. They will be vegging out in those until we bring them over and get ready for them in the next tent. We are also switching up the nutrients for this line. We're going to be moving to Jacks. Just grab some of that today. We're going to move away from raw. And so this will be the first run that's going to be on that. We will finish off the Grey Gooses on the raw just because we're couple weeks before we start kind of finishing off those plants as feed. So in the next update we will see how that all progresses. See you guys then.